Okay. So, do you all really feel like yourself? Like, do you look at yourself in the morning and do you dress the way you want? Do you look the way you want? Are you happy with like the clothes that you have and the way you just like look every day, like the way you dress? The quote by Al Peter says, "She has as much originality as a Xerox machine," which to me, it's like someone that's super basic that just does everything the same, like as everybody else. They see the new trend and they're like, oh, I want to be that person too. Like everybody else is doing, like look at Kylie Jenner, like everybody wants to be like her. And it's, to me, honestly, I feel like originality, the way you look, the way you perceive yourself gives you so much confidence. So today I'm going to talk to you about how I was when I was little, being original, to how I am now growing up and being myself more. So when I was little, I was like your basic like little Mexican girl. Like my mom had us, like me and my sister, we had outfits and bows to match like every outfit. Like you couldn't spot us out in like a group of toddlers. Like we all looked the same, like in our little outfits and stuff. And growing up, I would always tell my mom like I wanted to dress a certain way, and she didn't like it because nobody dressed like that. Like I was one of those kids, yes, like that had bright colored pants, like I'm telling you, like bright, like highlighter pink pants and like blue shirts, and like I was all over the place with my style. My mom hated it because I didn't look like all the other kids. Like me and my friend were the only people that dressed like that, and we got judged all the time. And you know, we didn't care. We were ourselves. We were happy with what we looked like. And even in high school, I started wearing like high-waisted pants like when I was a freshman, and people used to say that I wore mom pants, like mom jeans, and like people used to judge me all the time. Like I still get judged today, like look at me, like I look like Big Bird. And like I don't care, because it's like honestly being original, like I looked at myself this morning and I was like, dude, I look awesome. Like you have to be original. You have to know, like you have to be happy with what you look like, because it's like, why am I gonna follow someone else if that doesn't make me happy just because everybody else is doing it? You know, you need to really be happy with what you look like, and you know, feel confident in yourself. Like, and that's one thing now my mom has told me. She likes the way I dress. She likes how I look at myself because I'm really confident in myself, and she just likes that. She said that's the best thing like any of you could have. You guys need to be confident in yourself. You need to be like original. You need to, you know, be happy with what you look like. And that's one thing she says, you know, she's like, you look good in anything you wear because you make yourself feel good. So it's like, if you feel good about yourself, you're gonna look good no matter what. Like, who cares what anybody else thinks? You should never just follow like what everybody else says just because it's like, just, you don't need to follow like the crowd. You know, you can just stand out from the crowd and be yourself. And I think that's the best thing, that you guys all should be original. And you know, you can teach your kids that. You don't want your kids to be like in the shadow just because like they're afraid to be themselves. So I think being original is the best thing you could do in life, and just be happy. Sorry, I just oh, I sure. Oh, awkward. I like walking into the camera. I like you guys. Oh yeah. I never take it off. It leaves me bruises.
Oh. No, I don't.
Kind of like process, because like sometimes it's really hard. So it's harder. It's not like really so bad.
Oh.
I miss this like bruises. Oh. I was like, please be Xerox, please be Xerox.
What's the... That's right on.
Starsky.
All right, well, the rhetorical question at the beginning felt a little bit awkward, but it did get you to the topic, which was fine. You had a nice transition to your thesis. I can see the point that you're going there. You need a little bit more structure to the presentation. There's not really much of a preview, and in the body of the speech, you kind of are just going on a stream of consciousness. Now you lucked out because you had things to say and you were able to do that, but without a plan, it would be easy to kind of exhaust what you're saying and start repeating yourself. You did a little bit of the repetition, kind of saying the same thing, just with slightly different words, about a third of the way or halfway through the speech. But like I said, you had an opinion, and I thought you did a pretty good job. The personal experience, I think, is very helpful. It's always good when people can talk from personal experience because most people can talk about themselves and find plenty to say. On the presentation issues, your voice is fine. I think there's good variety in your voice when we're listening. I think you got some nice emotions in there. It's all very fluent when you're speaking. Gestures, you've got a few good indicators. Your facial expressions are much more animated, though. I think that there's a lot of information that's coming across in this smaller audience context. People can look at your face and kind of get a good sense of what it is you're trying to get across and how you feel about things, and I thought that you were very effective about that. Your eye contact, on the other hand, is a little bit problematic because you have a tendency, you face the audience, but you've got the averted gaze when you're looking out there. You're kind of up in the corner there, down in front of us, and even when you're talking to people, you have a tendency to talk to one or two people.
That's why I was trying to look at everybody else.
Yeah, well, you'll have to look and see how it looks when you're watching it, because it's, you're looking up. It's not like you are looking away from people, but it's definitely kind of looking at us sideways, sort of. I guess that's the way to describe it. The gaze is kind of off to the side, even though you're facing us. And I thought your exit was generally solid. There's not much to summarize except the idea, and you've already said that, the thesis statement and your example, so you found a reasonably graceful exit line. All right, thank you.